Any good morning routine always starts the night before. So what I would always do is I would set a reverse alarm on my phone. And this is so simple. So it's literally an alarm that will go off 45 minutes before you plan to go to bed. So if I'm planning to go to bed at, let's say 10 o'clock, I'll set my reverse alarm here for 9:15, which is 45 minutes before I go to bed. And that's just gonna be like an accountability reminder, which is switch phones off, laptops off. If you have to work late, you can get something like blue light blocking glasses. It looks a little bit like this. They look silly, but they'll just, so with the blue light, it blocks your body's circadian rhythm, which is like your sleep-wake cycle. So if you've got the blue light in your eyes from laptop screens, phones, your body doesn't start to release sleep hormones, which helps you get to sleep easier. So simply just wearing glasses like this, it's just gonna block the blue light if you're on your phone before. But the phone and laptop can still be stimulating, so you ideally wanna switch them off, start to de-wind. You can get a notepad and pen, plan your next day or your next morning, or get in a shower, read a book, whatever you like to do in the evening. But the evening is where a good morning routine begins. A strong morning routine is highly underestimated in how productive it can be for your transformation. And I'm not gonna be one of those weirdos with a chopping board full of eggs or cold showers or waking up at 3 a.m. I've coached over 1,500 high performance busy women who ain't got time for that or the want to do it. We've tried and trusted every morning routine you could probably think of. Without a doubt, based on science and practicality, this morning routine that I'm about to run you through is by far the most productive for most women. Not everyone, because everyone's different, but for the larger percentage of women who are quite busy, this is the best morning routine. Most women would start their morning in absolute chaos, chugging down a coffee, running after the kids, and they're confused why their energy is so low come 12 to 3 p.m. To stop the chaos, I teach our clients 3 things to do in your morning routine: movement, mindset, and metabolism. As early as you can in the morning, get some movement in. In an ideal world, if you can do that with sunlight on your back, even better, because the vitamin D will help you wake up so much faster, and it's gonna stop you feeling tired, lethargic, and sluggish come the middle of the day. It's also good for getting extra steps in, burning extra calories, and starting your morning with a win, and usually the rest of your day follows in line. So with mindset, I don't like these big, long morning routines, but there's a couple of things that are really important that you can get within 20, 30 minutes. So ideally by this point, you would have had your day planned out the night prior. A lot of our ladies are high performers. We teach them how to make the most out of their day and be as productive as possible. So if you plan your next day the night prior, you wake up in the morning with less decision fatigue. It's one less thing to think about, right? You want to do something though that's positive in the morning, because if you go straight on your phone, you see an email from your boss and it just pisses you off, your day starts like that as well. You need to start with something positive. So, some ladies like to journal, some ladies like to go for a walk, listen to a podcast. Whatever you like to do that's just going to give you something positive is the best. For me personally, I just like to get up and get to work as soon as possible. I'll get up, shower, listen to a podcast on a really quick walk, 10-15 minutes, just so I can get some sunlight on my back. That's enough positivity for me, and I can get straight into my day. But if you do like to journal and you think it just starts your day well, go ahead. I would just avoid spending too long on the morning routine, because if you spend too long on it, it can become unproductive and you're busy. So your cortisol is usually really high in the morning, which actually helps stimulate wakefulness, but it naturally starts to drop throughout the day, and that's important, because if you stay in fight or flight throughout the day, you're going to be reactive to all the decisions you make. So a couple of the easiest ways you can support your metabolism, you can get your cortisol into a good position. Number one is hydration, which is really important. So upon waking, at least 500 ml of water is huge. And if you can do that with an electrolyte as well, so this is Science and Sport electrolytes, the ones that I use every morning. I'll have at least 1 tablet, sometimes 2. Next thing, when you're sleeping, I use a Manta eye mask. It looks stupid, but if you sleep well and you've got complete darkness, you will feel so much more awake the next morning, because your sleep environment is huge. So sleep, room temperature, 18.5 degrees roughly is a good way to go. Darkness in the room, pillow, mattress, it all makes a huge difference to your sleep quality. The better you sleep, the more you move, the lower your appetite, the better decision you make, all of which helps your metabolism, which is the largest amount of calories we burn every day, which is why it's so important. It's all well and good having a great morning routine, but the consistency with it is important. So how the hell do you make it stick? Number one, it always starts the night before. If you have a poor evening routine, you will have a poor morning routine. So you have to start this the night before. Plan your sleep environment, plan what questions you might want to ask yourself if you're journaling in the morning, or what podcast you're going to read, or if you're going out for a walk, put your clothes by the fucking front door with your shoes so everything's ready to go. That way you wake up, you feel productive, and you get straight to it. Number two, it's even if you have a bit of accountability and you just kind of force yourself to do it for the first 3-4 weeks, it then becomes a habit. I say to our members, you don't need to be held accountable to brush your teeth, you just kind of do it. If you can do the same thing with your morning routine and your fitness habits, and it becomes clockwork, it's easy to stick to. I wake up, I have my 500ml water with an electrolyte like clockwork. I put my shoes on without even thinking to go for a walk. It's just part of my day. If you can create that, your result doesn't need to become, oh, I need to chase a transformation. Your lifestyle just goes in alignment with the results you're trying to achieve. So the consistency behind it is important. First couple of weeks is hard because you're getting used to it, but once it's there to stay. People don't know as well is there is an art to brushing your teeth. Firstly, you need an electric toothbrush. Number two, it's water, then toothpaste, then water again. It's not toothpaste, water, and it's not water, toothpaste. You have to have all three. It's a water sandwich, is what I call it. It's water, toothpaste, water. And then after your water sandwich, if you eat and then brush your teeth, you're less likely to want to eat again. When you've got that minty flavor in your mouth, it kind of reduces your appetite. So if you like to fast a little bit in the morning, I don't massively recommend it. If you like it, that's fine. Brush your teeth in the morning. You're probably going to reduce your appetite. Anyway, if you love to have breakfast, I would either say brush before and after, but if not, have breakfast first, brush after, because number one, you've got the minty flavor in your mouth, which means you're probably not going to want to go and eat even more food. Have cereal 8 times in a row. But also gives you a nice breath after your breakfast. If you find this kind of content useful, we post 3 times a week of tips just like this for women who are busy to get in shape fast. Hit subscribe and comment if there's any specific videos that you want to see, and if you're not already, follow our other social platforms at Reece Hallard.